Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Finding Stuff Out. I hope I didn't startle you. I've got a mysterious situation on my hands, so I'm starting the show off with this question from Charles.
What clues do police need to figure out a crime?
Charles, I don't know the answer to that, honestly. The lie detector even says so, but by the end of the show, I'll have an answer, because I'm gonna solve a mystery of my own. It all started when I set my lunch bag down this morning to check that I hadn't forgotten my banana. Ah, there you are. But when I came back at lunchtime... What? Who took a bite of my sandwich? Now I have a mystery to solve, but help is on the way. She knows how to investigate and to figure out who ate part of my sandwich. Please welcome Detective Paula Esposito.
Hi, Harrison. What seems to be the problem?
It's been crazy, and it's my sandwich. Someone took a bite of it, but I don't know who. Can you help me figure it out?
I can help you, Harrison. But the first things detectives do is they ask questions.
All right.
So, who has access to this room?
Just me and my family.
Where was your sandwich left before you noticed somebody took a bite out of it?
I'm sitting here the whole time.
What kind of cheese is this?
Cheddar.
Cheddar? Oh, I love cheddar. Was your family at the house today?
I think so, yeah.
Do you have any suspects in mind?
Probably my sister.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
Charles was asking what kind of clues a detective needs to solve a crime.
Well, I could show you how we would investigate if this were a real crime. The first thing I need to do is figure out if there were witnesses to this crime.
This gives me an idea for... My Great Challenge! Today, my great challengers are Annabelle.
Yay!
Adriano.
Oh, yeah.
And Sarah.
Yay.
So today, I'm gonna put your power of observation and memory to the test.
You're all gonna be eyewitnesses. Are you ready?
Yes.
So I'm gonna play a clip here, and you'll see something, but I can't tell you what it is.
Because you know, eyewitnesses at a crime scene, they don't know what they're about to see.
Here we go.
Where's my bike?
All right, challengers, we're gonna ask you questions separately so you don't hear each other's answers.
Because we don't want witnesses influencing each other.
So Annabelle, gonna interview you first. Adriano and Sarah, you can step out for a minute.
A boy took a bicycle in that scene. What did he look like?
Well, he had black hair, short hair. I don't remember what color his shirt was. I think he had beige pants. Like he had a mask on, a gray mask. He looked like he didn't steal it at all.
What color was the bike?
It was red. I think it might have been red or something. Black.
Who else was on the street?
There was a guy in a motorcycle. There was a mom and a dad that were like at the neighbor's house. There was the dad raking some leaves, and there was 3 kids playing basketball. I think I saw somebody else walking by.
What were they doing?
Doing something else, I just forget what. There's this guy that was there riding a motorcycle.
Okay. Tell me, did you see anything unusual?
There was a kid with a alien mask and a big red robe. Like I saw somebody walk by and they had like another weird mask on. Some people from Halloween and the alien that had the mask on there, when it was going, it was walking too fast at the same time.
All right, as your final test, you're gonna have to pick who you think took the bike using what police call a lineup.
A lineup is simply a bunch of pictures, and you're gonna determine whether the suspect who took the bike is on it or he's not on it.
Remember to not call out your answer. All right, everybody close your eyes and hold up the number that you think it is. So, you can all open your eyes now.
Actually, nobody got it right.
In fact, it was number 4 who took the bike.
You gotta be kidding me.
But you were great witnesses, all of you, because you all had different things that you did see. And Annabelle, you got the most things right. So that would make her...
The winner! Congratulations!
Yay, Annabella. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you.
Thanks for being on my show, and stay out of trouble, because I don't want to have to pick you out of a lineup, okay?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Well, I gotta go now, because I have a big case to take care of. However, I will send to you my forensic expert, so he can take all the evidence on that sandwich bite. And I'll be back later, and I'll explain all the clues to you.
All right, thanks. See you later.
Bye, detective. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Chances are, if you played along at home, you also forgot lots of details and made mistakes. Most eyewitnesses are unreliable. That's why investigators like having lots of them to help find out the truth. Sometimes there are no witnesses to a crime, except for the criminals. So, throughout history, detectives have developed other ways of looking for clues. Some are smart, others not so much. The Flat Earth Corner!
There's a big bump.
In the Victorian era, almost 200 years ago, scientists thought by measuring bumps and dips on people's heads, they could tell how big the areas of their brains were underneath. They thought certain areas of the brain made people criminals.
Aha! Obviously guilty.
I am the very model of an expert in phrenology. Feeling heads for lumps and bumps are signs of criminality. Fibbing, cheating, misbehavior, shoplifting, delinquency. Wrongdoers will be revealed by nodules or concavity. So if you seek a culprit, trust me, I can solve the mystery. I'll catch a lumpy-headed culprit of stolen fromagerie. Phrenology wasn't a real science. Turns out you can't tell a person's character from the shape of their skull. Now here's a question from Xavier.
What kind of equipment does the police use to solve a crime?
To help solve my sandwich mystery, please welcome investigator Carl Benson. Hey.
Detective Esposito told me you needed help with the crime scene.
Yeah, someone took a bite of my sandwich, and I was hoping you could help me figure out who did it. Why are you taking a picture of the sandwich?
Well, Harrison, the first thing we're gonna do on a crime scene is take pictures to make sure we record all the evidence.
What other equipment do you use at a crime scene?
Well, right here we have a kit, and inside the kit we'll have everything we need to collect fingerprints and also collect DNA evidence.
I think Taya had a question about that.
How do investigators detect DNA?
Carl says that DNA is sort of like the recipe of who we are. It's everywhere in our bodies, and every person's DNA is different. So if investigators can get DNA from someone's hair or skin or even spit, they can usually tell who it's from.
In the case of your sandwich, we're gonna try to pick up spit on the bite mark.
Right, and why are we wearing these gloves and masks?
Well, we wanna make sure we don't contaminate the sandwich with our own DNA.
Well, then let's find some DNA on the sandwich.
Okay, so I'll show you how. Right here we have a swab. We open this like this. Gonna open the tip.
Okay.
Okay, take out the tip. I'm just gonna put a few drops of water on the tip here. What I want you to do is just take the swab,
like
hold the plastic part here.
Okay.
Just take a swab of
Around
the
where
bite
it was
mark.
bite?
Yeah.
So just like
So
that?
we're gonna try to pick up spit like that. Close the tip.
Just like
Okay.
that.
Down.
Put it in this
Yeah.
bag? Cool.
In first. And
now
that's
it's
it.
sealed. And now we'll
It's
send
sealed.
it off.
Send it off to the crime lab.
All right. I have another question. It's from Stefano.
Sometimes I kind of wonder how detectives analyze fingerprints so well that they can actually catch the culprit.
Yeah. When my sister steals my chocolate bars, she leaves her fingerprints all over my stuff. But I don't see any here.
That's right. but the person that opened your sandwich case here probably left a fingerprint on it. To see if there's fingerprints, we're gonna use this little brush here. So we're gonna put just a little bit of powder.
Right.
And just gonna do a little light touch like this.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it on the...
You're barely touching it. So grab some powder. And just like that?
Yeah, just a little lower.
Looks like there's a fingerprint there.
That's right.
Yeah, there's one right there. So now what do we do?
We're just gonna put a little sticker next to it. So this is a little ruler.
Right.
So we can measure the fingerprint. Like this. Then what we're gonna do is take a picture of, again, to record the evidence. Okay.
To show that we found a fingerprint?
That's right. And we're gonna take a close-up picture. Then what we're gonna use is a lifter like this. So I'm gonna show you how to use it. Okay.
All right.
And peel it off like this. We're gonna use a little roller like this.
Okay.
Then put it on. Roll it on like this. And then we're gonna lift it up. Okay. Now I'm gonna give it to you.
Grab
Yeah.
the fingerprint.
Grab the powder and the fingerprint.
Cool.
So I'm gonna want you to roll this on. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it to you like this. Okay, just put it down on the table.
So we just put it like
that.
Like that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it on
Roll it on.
with this.
So really hard.
Yeah, just push it hard.
Just like that.
There you go.
Should I go to the next one? There we go.
Now you just recorded the evidence. You have
Nice.
your fingerprint.
And now it's not going to be messed with because it's in this like plastic thing,
That's right, it's protected now.
All right. Thanks for being on my show and helping me collect evidence.
No problem, Harrison. I'll bring this back to the lab, I'll analyze it, and I'll give the results to Detective Esposito.
All right. Here's another investigation question. This one's from Amalia.
Why do police use dogs? I mean, they're cute and everything, but what do they do?
Well, Amalia, to find out, I'm here at my neighborhood police station. And here's Constable Sue McLeod. Hey.
Hi, Harrison. This is my partner, Uno. Unfortunately, Harrison, I'll have to ask you not to pet him because he's not a pet. He's a working dog, and it's only me who's allowed to handle him.
Right. So, why do police use dogs?
Police use dogs because of their sense of smell. It's amazing. Uno's specialty is tracking human scent. He can find humans, and above that, he can find articles that are lost or hidden and that contain human scent.
Oh, that gives me an idea. I'll go hide some of my things and put you to the test. The 3 items I'm gonna hide are my drumsticks, this teddy bear that I probably once loved, and my favorite sunglasses. I'm ready.
Find it.
Oh, look at him sniffing the trail.
Oh. Where is it? Show me.
He found it.
Hit. This is his reward. He gets excited. What he's found is a little stuffy. I'm guessing that you put that there, Harrison?
Yes, it's an old teddy
Good
bear.
boy. And now we're having a little celebration. Atta boy.
So you do this every time he finds one?
Every time. So then he becomes more excited to find the next one. Atta boy.
Oh yeah, he found my sunglasses.
Break. Yeah, atta boy. Woohoo! Good dog.
Check out Uno. He's trained to sit down when he finds a piece of evidence.
Oh, is that what it is? Atta boy.
Wow, Uno found them so easily and so quickly. How much better can dogs smell compared to humans like us?
Well, it's believed that a dog can smell up to 10,000 times better than a human being. Just for an example, Harrison, if you walk into a flower shop, all you're smelling is flowers. You don't know an individual flower.
Right.
Where a dog like Uno, he would know there's a rose there, there's a tulip there, there's a chrysanthemum over here. He knows each individual smell.
So do you think if I went to hide outside somewhere, that Uno would be able to find me off of my smell?
Absolutely, because your smell is only your smell. It's like a fingerprint.
Nice. Uno, let's go play some hide and seek, see if you can find me. Why is he barking?
Well, he's barking because he's excited. He knows he gets to go to work, and work is play.
Right. Okay, Uno, let's go.
Okay, Harrison, well, here we are. a lot of area for you to run and hide. So whenever you're ready, why don't I just count to 100, give you a good head start?
All right, but don't watch.
No, we won't watch.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sausages. This will throw them off. Hell yeah. All right. Air freshener. He's never gonna find me.
98, 99, 100. Let's go. Here we go. You can't mask your human scent. It comes out of the bottom of your shoes, it comes off your pants, it comes out of your hair, your ears, everywhere. Your scent is falling out and off of you, and it falls to the ground, and it's perfect for a dog. There you go. Good boy. Let's go. Nice try, Harrison.
If he ever finds me, I'll eat my shirt.
Show me.
I mean a sandwich.
Harrison, Uno says that you're inside the garden shed. Come on out.
Uno, you found me.
Good dog.
Well, Uno, you did it.
He sure did. And after each success, when something like this goes down, I always kind of try to give him a treat. Here, Uno.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for being on my show. Now here's a question from Kira.
How do lie detectors work?
That gives me an idea to get some. What I want to know is how can you tell if somebody is lying?
You can tell if someone's lying because maybe they're smiling.
Maybe what they're saying is like can be realistic. Like if you said my dog ate my homework, it's like it can be possible, but it's probably not. They kind of look up and stutter like they don't know what.
They sort of look away from the person they're talking to.
Well, they're acting kind of like weird. Yeah.
They might be fumbling with their hands.
Well, they might have a slight hesitation to their voice.
Okay, so raise your hands if you've never lied before. Are you willing to take a lie detector test?
No.
Lie detectors are machines that measure things like how fast our heart beats and changes in the way we breathe. The idea is that telling lies will make our body react differently than when we tell the truth. But nowadays, experts don't think that lie detectors can really tell us if people are lying or not for sure. So I can't use it to find out who took a bite of my sandwich. But never fear, because help is here. Please welcome back Paula Esposito.
Listen, because this case is so important, I was able to get the lab results back quickly.
I can't wait! So, is the answer in that folder?
Actually, Harrison, the answer is in this folder. And frankly, I'm not that surprised. Because, you know, detectives have to put their intuition and all the evidence together to figure out the whole puzzle.
Right.
So the fingerprints and the DNA match a member of your family.
I bet it's my sister.
Close, but no.
My dad?
You're getting warmer.
My mom?
Absolutely not.
Squeakers! I had no idea a guinea pig could take a bite that big.
Guinea pig? That's certainly not guinea pig DNA.
But there's only me left.
That's right. It was you, Harrison.
It was me? But how? I don't even remember taking a bite of that sandwich. And if I don't remember, how could it be me? Head getting warm? But I'm innocent, right? Ah! You're gonna make my head explode! Could it really have been me?
There's other clues that detectives use. Surveillance cameras. And from what I see, there's lots of cameras in your attic. So maybe one was on.
You're right. Let's take a look. See? I was studying that crazy phrenology head, and the sandwich box is closed. But, hey, wait. What is this? It can't be. Let's watch that again. Wow. I can't believe it was me this whole time. Anyways, thanks for being on my show and for helping me investigate.
My pleasure, Harrison.
Now it's time to answer the question that sent me on this clue-filled investigation.
What clues do police need to figure out a crime?
Well, Charles, the big answer is... lots! Detectives use witnesses, fingerprints, DNA, and other types of evidence, too. But the most important may be the detective's gut instinct. Speaking of gut instincts, where did I put that banana?
See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
Hi, and welcome to Finding Stuff Out. I've been thinking about this globe lately because of a question from Kobe.
Why is the world so important?
Yeah, why is the world so important? Couldn't we and all the other creatures on Earth just get in a spaceship and go to another planet? Or a space station? Or something? I don't know if the Earth is really important, but by the end of the episode, I'll find out. Here's a question from Marion.
Why do polar bears don't live here?
Before I answer your question, Marion, I did some research, and here's a song that kind of sums it all up.
Habitat, that's where creatures living at. Some in the water, some in the trees, some in the desert, some in your cheese. Food and water, shelter, space, that's what you need to live in a place. Yeah, food and water, shelter, space, that's what you need to live in a place.
Habitat. A creature's living at a habitat. A creature's living at a habitat. And many other things, a habitat.
Well, Marion, I guess you don't live in Northern Ontario, or other northern parts of Canada, or Russia, or Norway, or Alaska, or Greenland, because polar bears definitely live there. But I checked, and if brown bears live near you, then you could say the polar bear's cousins live near you. That's because polar bears and brown bears share a common ancestor. Just like if you have a cousin, you and your cousins have the same grandparents. A really long time ago, polar bears' ancestors left the south, like where you live, Marion. Then, as they moved to the north, they adapted to the Arctic habitat. The Arctic is very cold and has a lot of ice and water, so polar bears have a lot of body fat and heavy fur coats to keep them warm. They also have big feet, like paddles, to help them get around in the water and on the ice. Their fur is transparent. That means it's clear, so that they can blend in with the snow and ice and sneak up on their favorite food, seals. In the cities and towns where most of us live, our habitat, polar bears wouldn't be able to find the things they need to live.
Please, anyone, where's a good seal restaurant?
Plus, it's too warm.
Ooh, lucky me.
Why can't penguins fly?
Well, Serena, for starters, a polar bear lives up here in the northern hemisphere. So if a penguin lived up here, he would have to learn to fly, or he'd be eaten by the polar bears.
You look really tasty there, Mr. Penguin.
But luckily for Mr. Penguin, he lives down here in the southern hemisphere.
You can't get me now.
Oh! Penguins can't fly because they're too heavy. But in their habitat, that's actually an advantage. Their body fat protects them from the cold, and their bones are solid instead of hollow, which helps them stay underwater. Their wings act like giant flippers to help them swim fast so they can sneak up on their favorite food, fish. Now here's a question from Aiden.
How many habitats are in the world?
How many habitats are in the world? Let's see, there's mountains, marshes, tidal pools, deserts, prairies, rainforests, and that's just some of them. There's even this grilled cheese sandwich which I found in my drawer, and there's definitely something living on that. Hundreds of thousands of plants, 8 million species of animals, 7 continents, thousands of islands, air, water, land, head getting warm, brain overloading! You're gonna make my head explode! To answer your question, Aiden, I've come to this special place by the ocean, full of amazing creatures. And to help show me around is my special guest, Allison Roberts, who's a biologist and naturalist. So, Allie, today I'm trying to find the answer to the mind-boggling question, how many habitats are there? But first, what is a habitat?
Well, a habitat is basically anything a creature needs to survive. So it's the shelter, the space, the water. It can be tiny, like you'd need a microscope to see it. Or it can be gigantic, like the whole entire planet could be one habitat.
Whoa.
But you know what, today let's talk about kind of in between.
Okay.
Let's talk about the intertidal zone.
Intertidal zone? What's that?
Well, we're standing right in the middle of it.
Whoa.
Inter means between, and tidal, between the tides.
Right.
So you need a place that's between the high tide, which would be way up there, and the lowest tide, way down there.
How many creatures are living here?
Well, there's tons of creatures living here, but they have to be pretty special creatures to survive.
A sand dollar. Too bad I can't spend it. Mmm, seaweed. People eat this stuff all the time. Mmm.
Check out all these hermit crabs.
Whoa, there's tons. Oh, and look at the little small one.
Hermit crabs are pretty weird because they have a really soft shell, and so they have to find another shell to give them a home. Like this is a snail, but when that snail dies and the shell is left on the beach, another animal, the hermit crab, will move in. In the tide pool, even fish can survive.
Oh, weird.
But check out what this fish hides in.
Whoa, it's the same color as the seaweed.
Yeah, look at how many creatures there are in this tiny little space.
Yeah.
Millions of creatures in the intertidal zone.
Allison brought me to a habitat right next to the intertidal zone, the forest. So this habitat has everything that other animals need to survive, right?
Again, the forest is filled with millions of creatures that this is perfect habitat for.
So like these leaves or the twigs or the dirt or the trees or anything in this forest could be a habitat for a creature or an animal, right?
Yeah, everything's a habitat, but then all combined, it's also one habitat.
So it's like a habitat inside of a habitat, inside of a bigger habitat, inside of a bigger habitat, inside of a bigger habitat. Okay, I'm gonna stop before my head explodes here. Whoa, look at the shell. I should take it home.
Oh, but you have to remember, that shell is somebody's habitat.
Right, so I should leave it here.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere we go, some creatures, that's their habitat. So we have to respect each other's habitats.
And treat it like it's our own.
Exactly. Would you want somebody to pick up your house and walk away with it?
No. Well, thanks for helping me find stuff out and for showing me all these cool habitats.
No problem. Thanks for coming out and hanging out in my office.
Now I'm here with these guys to ask them if they could be any animal in any habitat, what would it be?
Fish in the ocean.
Cat in the volcano.
A shark in the ocean. Lice in somebody's hair. A rabbit in the forest. A snake on a beehive. A pterodactyl living in a tree.
Whoa! What does it look like? And I personally would be a copycat, living in a photocopier, because then I can photocopy everybody's photocopies.
That was a good one.
Some habitats can be very challenging. So today, I'm making some challenging environments in My Great Challenge. Welcome to My Great Challenge. Today, my great challengers are Kaylee, Nico, Jeremy, and Alana. So you two will be Team Polar Bear and you two will be Team Zebra. Have you ever gone to the Arctic?
No.
Well, today, you're going on a trip there, as well as to African savanna and an ocean tide pool. There are 5 spots for each habitat. You have to put a different animal on each spot in the habitat you think it belongs in. So you guys will have 2 minutes to complete this challenge. Team Zebra, you'll be first. Team Polar Bear, you guys can go downstairs and have some broccoli with my mom. Here are the animals that you can use. You have 2 minutes, starting now. Go.
I think this goes in the African jungle. I'm not sure. That looks like a sea monster. I think this goes here. Tiger fell. It's like a polar bear. Does the rabbit go anywhere? The rabbit's cute. Why is there dinosaurs here? This goes in the African jungle. Goes. Kangaroo goes there too. Ew, it's sticky. Hey, is this an otter? Otter. Is this a wiener dog? Yeah, I like wiener dog. Hey, this goes over there, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure about this red fox if it goes in the Arctic. I don't know, maybe. Sea monster. Did the bees go anywhere? They're nesting here. I don't know, but I think it's over there.
Okay, time's up. So here are your results. In the Arctic, you put 2 seals, but I asked for a different animal for each habitat. You could have put the other seal in the tide pool. They can live in both habitats. So that's 1 point gone, so you have 4 there. African savanna, there's no kangaroos there.
Silly kangaroo. They live in Australia.
Yeah. In the ocean tide pool, there are no whales in the ocean tide pool. And also, there are 3 bees here because each bee can live in all these habitats.
I didn't want to put a bee. I don't like bees.
Okay, well now it's Team Polar Bear's turn. So you have 2 minutes, starting now.
No, wait.
The starfish. There.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
Put that there.
This probably goes in the savanna.
Yep. Go. What about this?
That?
It probably goes.
No, I think. Well, yeah, probably.
Savannah?
Yes, savanna. This might go in the savanna.
No.
We have some disagreement here on one of the animals.
Savannah?
Yes. Polar bear in the Arctic.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can put. What about the otter? That goes here.
Okay, whatever.
Otter with a fish in his hand.
Using some logic.
I think this goes in the savanna because when I did my presentation, he said this goes in the savanna.
Okay.
Last few seconds.
Savannah.
I think this might go in the Arctic because it's white.
5 seconds.
Put this there.
3, 2, and time's up. So you guys had 3 wrong. Let's see how Team Polar Bear did. We have 2 right in the Arctic, but they didn't fill the other 3. The kangaroo in the savanna. Same thing as Team Zebra. It's not right. And the whale in the tide pool. That's also wrong. It's too big to live in the tide pool. They also got that one wrong. So you guys have 3, 4, 5 wrong. So Team Zebra is our winner.
Yeah!
Well, thanks for playing my great challenge.
You're welcome. Why don't dolphins live on land?
I checked, and what I found out is pretty amazing. At one time, dolphins, or at least their ancestors, did live on land. Some scientists think that certain fish got very ambitious and learned to adapt to a habitat that included land. They evolved legs and lungs so that they could live on land as easily as in the water. Scientists think that those creatures evolved into other creatures that like to eat meat. It made an interesting adaptation to its habitat. It discovered that hiding under the water where other animals came to drink was a good way to get a meal. While they were down there waiting, the creatures discovered something else tasty to eat there. Fish! Yum, yum. Over thousands and thousands of years, the creatures evolved to be even faster in the water, and eventually their feet turned into flippers, and some scientists think they evolved into the dolphins we know and love today. With their flippers, dolphins can't walk on land like their ancestors could, even though they still need to breathe air like we do. Excuse me, see you at the beach. Here's a question from Patrick.
Who killed the dinosaurs? A meteorite or a volcano?
Very interesting question. One day, while they were out for a walk,
Oh, this habitat is great. There's lots of room and shelter. Have you tried the vegetation?
I have. It's very delicious, and the water is good too.
Harold, Is that your stomach rumbling? You really shouldn't eat so fast.
No, it was not me.
Then what is that low rumbling sound? It's a volcano! Run! Run for it!
Was it a volcano or was it a meteorite? To find out the answer, I've invited a special guest. He knows about extinction events and even where the dinosaurs went. Please welcome Dr. Hans Larson. Hi, Dr. Larson. Whoa! Ferns? Patrick was wondering if volcanoes or meteorites killed the dinosaurs, and you brought ferns. This is getting pretty weird.
A little like you.
So, Dr. Larson, you're not saying that the plants killed the dinosaurs, are you?
Well, the plants didn't kill the dinosaurs directly, but something killed the plants. For some hundred thousands of years before the dinosaurs went extinct, there was a supervolcano erupting in India. Like ginormous in size, lots and lots of eruptions going on.
So I guess the volcano spewed out a ton of ash and that covered the sky, right?
Well, and this was a supervolcano, like probably covering the sky for the whole planet.
Wow.
And that may have kind of primed or got things ready for an extinction by sort of cooling down the planet, making it a little bit dimmer. But then exactly 65.5 million years ago, a meteor the size of a large city crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula, just off the shore of Mexico, made a crater 180 kilometers wide and about 80 kilometers deep.
So there's probably like smoke everywhere and everything?
Yeah, smoke, heat, earthquakes, shock waves all across the planet. And then it also lifted up everything into the sky. And so blocking out the light.
So there's no sun?
No sun.
But can't they just eat in the dark? Because the power went out at my house once and we still did that.
Yeah, but how many days?
Just for one.
Right, and so with this kind of stuff going on 65.5 million years ago, it probably lasted for many years, maybe 10,000 years of very little sunlight. So all the plants were decaying and molding and rotting. So these guys, you can throw them away.
Plants, yeah, get rid of all the plants.
So after a few years of that, maybe even just a few weeks, all these guys, all the herbivores died, finished.
They're done.
Out.
And what about the carnivores? They could just eat each other, right?
Well, they could eat these guys too. They probably ate them for a little bit.
Right.
And after some months or maybe a couple of years of eating the carcasses, bloating, rotting carcasses of other dinosaurs, they probably fed on themselves too.
Right.
And then they went. So eventually we can put them all in the garbage.
So that's how the dinosaurs went then.
Probably.
I hope a meteor isn't coming for us.
Well, the next one's scheduled to be here in 14 million years.
14 million years, so I think we're safe.
For now.
Okay, thanks for being on my show.
My pleasure.
Thinking about dinosaur habitats gives me an idea for... Uh-oh, do try this at home. Hey everybody, how you doing? Not too hot, not too cold? Enough food, shelter, water, space? Cause it's time to play How's Your Habitat? Today, your challenge is to figure out what we humans need in our habitat to survive. So let's get right to it. Here's your first clue. If you said water, you're right. You can reward yourself with a nice cold glass of drinking water. But don't, because if you do, you'll miss my next question. It's got you surrounded, but you can walk right through it. What is it? Are you ready? Because if you guessed air, you're right. We breathe oxygen, and unlike most fish, we get ours from the air. Okay, next question. You can't choose not to have this one in your habitat if you want to survive for long. I'd give you a bigger clue, but it's not polite to talk with your mouth full. Get it? The answer is food! This one's got my name written all over it. Next question. It's something that lets you do this. If you guessed having itchy powder in your pants, you're wrong. Although itchy powder would make you flap around like that. But nobody needs itchy powder in their habitat. If you can do what I just did without bashing into anyone, you've got space! Okay, last question. Even if you're living under a rock, you have this. And no, I don't mean 6 legs, unless you're a beetle. Then you do need them. I'm talking about shelter! Yeah! That's a roof over your head. A place that keeps the wind, rain, and snow off of you and keeps you from getting too hot or too cold. And now, here's a question from Rivian.
Why do people pollute the earth when it isn't good for the earth?
Well, Rivian, your question takes me to... the Flat Earth Corner! Step right up, folks. Take everything you need. Why, this world is so big, we can't possibly use everything up. And don't worry about the forest. There's so much land out there, the animals can find someplace else to live. Chocolate! Bye, bye, bye! Bye-bye. For most of the time people have been on Earth, we thought there were no limits. We thought we could take as much as we wanted from the Earth and just throw things away. In the past, there weren't nearly as many people as there are now, so we could get away with it. We kind of polluted the Earth because it was easier than not polluting it. Sort of like the way it's easier to not clean your bedroom until you can't find anything you're looking for. Before, we didn't know any better, but now we realize that we can't keep doing that. Which leads me back to the question that began this trip.
Why is the world so important?
The Earth has the habitats that provide all the different basic needs of people, plants, and animals. Water, sunlight, food, space, and shelter. We don't know one other place in the universe that does that. Plus, we're already here. How lucky is that? Wow, Earth. Now I know why you're so important to us. Thanks for watching Finding Stuff Out. See you next time. I'm gonna take good care of you. Ooh, that was a close one. I've been practicing karate because I had the same question as Joey.
How can you break things with a karate chop?
The short answer is not the way I did. There I was, getting ready for the big break. I'm lucky I didn't break my hand. And now I'm ready to try again. But I want to do things right this time. Maybe your questions will help me figure out how. And I promise by the end of the episode, you will see boards broken. Next question.
How do people break things?
How can you break things, Lily? Fall on them, bump them, crack them, hit them, step on them, pull them apart, crunch them with your teeth, throw them on the ground. So many ways. Uh-oh. Ah! You're gonna make my head explode. Making my head explode is another way to break things. Crash it, smash it, slash it, hash it. So many ways to make things break. Bash it, thrash it, gash it, dash it. Karate chops, big drops, or earthquakes. So many ways to make things break. Crush it, smush it. Easy does it! The surest way to break something in two is when you're trying very hard not to. Sorry. One of the most dramatic ways to break things is explosives. Check this out.
How do you break a rock?
Well, Sarah, to find out how we break rocks, I've come to a rock quarry. Here they take huge pieces of rock like this and break them up into gravel like this, which is used to build roads. And to show us around, here's Tony.
Harrison, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What we're gonna do to break rocks is use explosives. Would you like to help?
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
Do it, buddy. This is the area that we're gonna blast. We've got to drill approximately 80 holes.
They put the explosives deep in the ground because they break more rocks that way. If they were on top of the ground, most of their power would just go into the air.
Harrison, this is our rock drill. It's a D9 that we use to drill a 4-inch hole to set up explosives in. So I'd like you to get in and drill some holes.
So I'm gonna help you drill a hole?
You're gonna drill the hole.
Oh, sweet.
And she's running.
Whoa.
You're drilling a 4-inch hole 40 feet deep, so we can put the explosives in the ground a little later.
Right.
What we have here is a stick of 1.5 inch by 16 inches stick of nitroglycerin-based dynamite.
Dynamite?
Dynamite! In my hand here is what we call the detonator, the blasting cap.
The blasting cap goes inside the dynamite. It's kinda like a firecracker. We'll make a small explosion in the blasting cap that will set off a huge explosion in the dynamite. Are you sure it's safe that I'm holding this right now?
Well, it's very safe.
Okay.
When we put this cap in, there's a hole in the bottom. Stick it in.
Just like that?
Yes, sir. So what we're gonna get you to do is hold that like that.
So I can drop it in the hole?
Drop it in. All right, now we've got that. I'm gonna ask Dustin, who's the blaster in charge here.
Nice to meet you, Harrison.
Nice to meet you.
And he's gonna help us load this hole.
Seems like dynamite's not enough. We're gonna add this explosive powder on top of that to make a really big boom. So this is an explosive material?
Yes, it is.
Whoa.
Each one of these bags is about 25 kilograms.
Now we're gonna put the material around. This is called stemming.
So you just throw rocks in there?
Just keeps the power in the rock so that it breaks the rock.
Right.
So let's do the same thing over again over here.
After we get all 80 sticks of dynamite ready, it's time to blow up some rocks. Let's go set off some explosives.
All right, let's do it.
We use these wires to connect the 80 dynamite sticks to a battery. And last but not least, we've got to get to a safe spot.
We've moved back far enough from the explosion.
So now we gotta hook it up the wires to this thing?
You hold that. I'm gonna put the wires on for you right now.
Okay.
We'll give it a little wrap. Okay.
I'm honking the horn 12 times to warn everyone that a blast is coming. Watch out, everybody!
Scream it.
Blasting!
Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, good one.
What?
Awesome. Oh, you just set 10,000 pounds of explosive off, buddy.
Wow. That's crazy. Our explosion turned this into this. Hey, let's see that again. Wow, is that ever cool? When I slow it down, you can see the blasting caps going off, setting off the dynamite and releasing the hot gases that blow the rocks apart. Whoa, look, it's just a big pile of rocks now.
That is awesome.
But they're still too big to build roads with. What do we do now?
Crush them. This is the jaw crusher on the end that the wheel loader puts in and then puts it into the crusher. There's that big one coming in, and that rock will break into a 6-inch miner. Wow, that's exciting, you know. That, even for me, I still get excited over it. So that there, yeah, that's our end product coming out of there.
Nice. This is used for like roads and stuff.
It is, road and construction.
Wow, well, I had a blast. Thanks so much for being on my show, Tony.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Why do different things break differently?
To help break down the answer, please welcome materials engineer, LV Dalgard.
Hey, Harrison.
Hey, so what does a materials engineer do?
Basically, I'm an expert on how stuff breaks.
Whoa, you get paid to break stuff? Cool. So Miles was wondering why different things break differently.
There's two main ways that things break. Ductile breaking, which is kind of stretching apart until it just pulls apart.
Like crazy putty.
Or there's brittle breaking, which is where things just snap apart, like this chocolate.
Or like the cracker, right?
Like the cracker, exactly. These balls are kind of somewhere in between, right? They're stretchy, but you couldn't really break them.
You can't crack them, can you?
Let's try. First, put your safety glasses on.
All right.
And we're gonna use this liquid nitrogen, which is really, really cold, 200 below zero.
200 below zero? That's more than freezing cold.
So we're gonna drop one of these balls in there.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
gonna try to get it really nice and cold. All right, let's see if it's cold enough.
Normally, a hammer would just bounce off a rubber ball like this.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's give this a try, right? 1, 2, 3.
Because it was frozen solid, the ball just cracked in half, like a cracker.
Well, Harrison, is there anything else you'd like to dip in liquid nitrogen and break today?
Would that work on one of these soft gummy candies?
Yeah, that's pretty stretchy, isn't it?
Look at this, look how far I can stretch it.
Let's see if it's gonna break.
It shattered like glass.
It shattered like glass.
I think I have another question. This one's from Cameron.
Why doesn't metal break easily?
Well, Cameron, I'll take that as a challenge. I'm gonna break a piece of metal with my bare hand. Hi-ya! Nice. Well, that was just a piece of aluminum foil. But how come some metals are so hard to break?
Well, the aluminum foil was easy because there's not very much metal to go through, and aluminum is not one of the hardest metals there is out there. Can you break this?
Okay, like this metal desk right in front of us?
Yeah, try that.
Let's try this. Hi-ya!
Sorry.
Not really. But how come?
This one's thicker, and it's also just a harder metal.
So sometimes you might think something made out of metal is strong, but it's not. Giuliano had a question about that.
Why did the Titanic sink if they said it was unsinkable?
The Flat Earth Corner! Ahoy! This ship is unsinkable. It uses all the most advanced technology. I seem to have misplaced my binoculars. The captain asked me to watch out for icebergs. Oh well. This ship is unsinkable. Even if it did hit an iceberg, it would not sink. Whoa! People thought the Titanic was built to be unsinkable. No one would have ever thought it would fall apart the first time it sailed. But when the ship hit an iceberg, it ripped open. Here's why. The ship was held together with rivets, short metal pins that connect the big pieces of steel. The Titanic's rivets were supposed to be made of super strong steel, but the shipbuilders ran out of it. So they used the kind of metal that unfortunately breaks when it gets cold. Remember how Elvie showed us that could happen? When the Titanic hit the iceberg, the rivets broke and water got into the ship. Luckily, today we have safety rules on how to build ships so that they don't fall apart like the Titanic. Now here's a question from Serena.
Why when you throw a plate on the floor, there's big pieces and there's little pieces?
Let's find out.
Wow.
Wow. Well, it certainly did break into different sizes of pieces.
I love breaking things, but how come some of the pieces are bigger than the others?
Well, that's the question. Plates are made out of clay, which is actually made out of lots of little particles. You can kind of see them there. And in between all those little particles are little cracks and little holes. It's actually kind of like these paper towels. See how there's a line of holes right along it?
Right.
If you were to break this, it would break along those holes.
Hi-ya!
You really like to break stuff, don't you?
It's for science. Oh, can you stick around? We're gonna do some more breaking, I mean experimenting later.
Sure.
Awesome. Here's a question from Katrina.
Why do baseballs break windows?
I checked the answer, and the reason baseballs break windows is not just because you have bad aim when you throw. There's science involved. Let me show you on my super zoom-o-matic. Glass and everything else in our world is made up of tiny things called atoms, which can join to form molecules. Some molecules hold together very strongly, but some don't. To find out how it works, let's get some... Street Smarts! Do you guys want to be molecules? It's for science. Yeah! Okay, so link together like your molecules that are really tight together. All right, now pretend that I'm a baseball and I'm gonna try to break through you. So hard, so difficult. Okay, I can't do it. Okay, let's pretend your molecules that are really loose together. Okay, now I'm gonna be the baseball again. I'm gonna try to break through you this time. Oh, yes, that was really easy. That's just like one way that a baseball can break through glass. What I wanna know is, have you ever broken anything? What is the worst thing that you have broke?
A lamp. A wall by slamming the door. All I did was open the door, then boom.
And the wall just like broke?
Yes. My sister's video game by breaking it in half.
Was she very happy?
No, she was really mad.
A flower pot. I was running and I hit it and it fell and broke.
My aunt's flower pot. I was taking something out of the microwave, then I banged myself into the plant, then I fell on the ground.
picture frame by playing soccer in the house.
Why were you playing soccer in the house?
I don't know.
Were your parents mad?
Yeah.
If you want to learn how not to break things, it's time for My Great Challenge! My Great Challenge! Today, my challengers are Dahlia, Yusuf,
Hi.
Olivia,
Hey.
Erica,
Hi.
and Mateo.
Hi.
Today, your challenge is to try not to break an egg. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
All right, everybody take an egg. Now watch this. To prevent your little buddy from ending up like that, use the stuff in the bins. There are sponges, marshmallows, papers, string, all kinds of useful stuff. Do whatever you want to it to try to make it not break when it's dropped from all the way up there.
Oh my gosh.
You'll have 3 minutes to wrap up your egg. First of all, though, we're gonna get you to draw faces on your eggs, yes, with these markers, so that we all know whose egg is whose.
Mine is Humpty Dumpty. Here's Eggy. Here's Scrambled. Here's Shelly.
Here's Commander Cody.
All right, you guys will have 3 minutes to protect your egg. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Get set, go!
Is there bubble wrap? Okay. Never mind.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time's up. Okay, are you guys ready to see whose egg survives and whose turns into an omelet?
Yes.
All right, first one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa. I think that one's mine.
Here's the second one.
It looks like a berry falling out of
It bounced that one. Okay, ready?
Mine came out.
Here we go. Ooh,
Oh god, yours
that sounded,
It bounced.
that sounded like a crack.
Omelet. It bounced.
All right, so go grab your eggs, and then I'll help you open them up and inspect them. Oh, I forgot yolk.
I know. It's epic
So it's-
omelet.
Oh, it's definitely an omelet. There's yolk coming up. It bounced, eh? Okay, let's open this guy up. See how Humpty Dumpty's doing.
Humpty
Let's see, where is he? Yeah!
Humpty survived.
He's safe.
Oh, Humpty. Okay.
Scrambled, are you safe?
Scrambled is
Yes,
safe.
looks safe to me.
Scrambled safe.
Let's see. What is it, Commander Cody?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of sponges around the thing. That's probably why he bounced, eh?
Act like I told you.
He's safe. Commander Cody survived. Last but not least.
Okay.
There, Shelly. Shelly looks safe.
And I would tape.
Let's check. We gotta make sure.
Of
Yep,
course he's
Shelly's safe.
Shelly's safe.
So 4 out of 5 eggs are safe. Well, please welcome back Elvie. She's gonna explain why this happened.
So if you were gonna fall on the ground, would you rather land on a giant marshmallow or just on the ground?
Marshmallow.
Yeah, eggs too. If you squish a marshmallow, see how you can't really squish it fast. It kind of slows you down. And that's what happens with the egg too when the egg lands. So it spreads out the impact and it also cushions it so it doesn't land so fast. It slows it down. And that's what happened with your eggs. Good job.
Okay, so today we broke an egg, a plate, a rubber ball, and I've blown up rocks. But I still haven't figured out how to answer Joey's question.
How can you break things with a karate chop?
I'm gonna need a karate expert. Please welcome Henry Chibozo. Whoa. Sensei! You're really good at karate. How long have you been doing this for?
Oh, long. I got my black belt when I was 16.
Wow. Well, I've been doing a lot of breaking things around here today, but I think I'm gonna break a brick now with my hand.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Just watch me.
Harrison, it's not a real brick. It's styrofoam.
Ah, you got me. Well, when I was trying to break a board with my hand, I almost broke a bone.
First of all, you have to do it with someone who knows how to break a board. You have to have a strong mind, and you have to have a lot of practice.
Right, well, can you show me?
I show you how I break a boards. Boards, please.
Can you do more? Whoa.
3 boards, please.
3 boards? Whoa, 3 boards. Can you break a board with your foot now?
Of course. Can I have a board?
That was awesome. Okay, I guess it's time to answer Joey's question.
How can you break things with a karate chop?
The big answer is, yeah! You need a bunch of things working together just right. We saw today that even hard things can have weak spots. The pine wood that Henry broke has seams, sort of like the paper towels Elvie showed me. Those are its weak spots. Our hand bones are stronger, and the flesh around them cushions the blow. Sort of like the way marshmallows and sponges protected our challengers' eggs. So, when a karate master hits the wood's weak spot with just the right speed and power, the wood breaks. But it takes a lot of training. Can you show me how to do that?
I'll show you a beginner's technique.
Oh, this can be today's. Uh-oh. Do try this at home. Breaking a board is for very advanced karate students. So today, we're gonna show you something that you can start training with.
We're gonna try today to do a kick. Go in position, like that, the left leg forward. Your knee go up, and you do a kick. I'm gonna show you first.
Okay.
Okay?
So, there and then.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Good.
I can break a plank, right?
Yeah. Bring the special plank loose.
Oh, a baguette. Okay. Hi-ya! I did it!
Nice.
Thanks for helping me find stuff out. Stale baguette. That's like the hardest thing in the world.